speakers I have on my list is our domestic violence speakers, Pratigya Adhikari. Pratigya Adhikari, she's also a case manager at Wisely Mission Southwestern Sydney. She's here to talk about domestic violence and sharing her expertise with us today.
Thank you, Amy. I would like to thank you NRNA Women Forum Nari Nikunja Australia for organizing this. I remember starting awareness on domestic violence and mental health back in 2013, and here we are. We are still talking about that, and we may be talking about more in future too. So thank you very much for this program. I would like to begin this session by acknowledging the traditional owner of this land, of the Darugul and Darug nations, any Aboriginal elders past and emerging. Look, I'm going to discuss a very challenging topics, I guess. It's like a big elephant in the room, but we pretend that we haven't seen that. So I might open up some triggering information as well, because as you know, I can be very brutally realistic. So I'm really sorry to begin my presentation. Please, if any of the information I'm sharing today is going to trigger you, I'm happy to talk after the session as well. I guess I'm going to start with the stories, and these stories are not from my professional sort of career, but from my personal experience, the support I have been providing to the women who have approached me over the last few years. And recently, and it's interesting that we were just hearing our Dr. Anju's presentation about the menopause and how our body are changing. I have seen the domestic violence has been, the impact of it has been changed as soon as we hit our midlife. So I will be talking about the midlife crisis as well. Let me begin my, and the story is very real, but the characters, the names I have changed for privacy and confidentiality purpose. Thank you. Mangalam Bhagavana Vishnu Mangalam. Garuda Mangalam Purandari Katsa Mangalaya Tanohari. Namaste. My name is Pratigya Adhikari. Oh, I have to do that. I'm not used to. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to talk about the story of Rumu, who is 40 years old, and she has two children, very young children, 7 and 9. She works full-time as a registered nurse. Very capable Rumu, and she has been working full-time for a long time, and she does have a household chores responsibilities on top of taking the children to all the activities, swimming, dancing, tutoring, and also making sure that there is food in the fridge and there are food on the dining table when her husband and the children come back from all those activities. Recently, not recently, 6 months ago, she has noticed that something had changed with her husband, and she was trying to talk about what was going on, because generally what I have noticed, and some I might say in our own language, because of the nature of the, not the information but the impact. So घर आएपछि उहाँले सबै कामहरु गरेर टक्क खाना पकाएर दिनुहुन्थ्यो, त्यसपछि all of a sudden उहाँले खाना मिठो छैन भन्न थाल्नुभयो, त्यसपछि स्टार्ट त्यहाँबाट हुन्छ, अनि त्यसपछि त्यो गर्दा गर्दै खाना किन मिठो भएन, she tried everything, त्यसले खासै वर्क चाहिँ गरेन, अनि then she realized कि उहाँ एकदमै एङ्ग्री भइराख्नु भएको थियो र he started beating the children, hit गर्ने, abuse गर्ने गर्न थाल्नुभयो. Then she intervened and she said, no, that's not good, you can't do that. Then उहाँले चाहिँ physical violence चाहिँ perform गर्न थाल्नुभयो. उहाँ चाहिँ he lashed out on the children and the wife as well. And she is being very educated woman. She didn't know what to do though, because she wanted to stay in that house, to have a family, to have a father and mother for the children. Then I saw her, after that was awkward for a while, then I saw her and her children, and I noticed that her children were like in the corner doing something and they will whisper. They were very vigilant when I walked into the home. Then I thought, what is happening here? But she was not willing to share everything. I figured out what happened, then I will talk to you later on. if we think about our day-to-day life and the pressure there, I just want you to think about that before I go to another story, and then I will link all together. This is the story of Sobita. She's again, it's about the financial abuse. She has 18 years old and 21 years old children in the household. And उहाँको चाहिँ के छ भनेदेखि उहाँहरूको घर किन्नु भएको छ र उहाँहरूको चाहिँ आफ्नो इन्डिभिजुअल फाइनेन्शियल अकाउन्ट छ. अगेन वी अल हेभ आवर ओन भ्यू अबाउट द्याट फाइनेन्शियल इन्डिपेन्डेन्सीको कुरामा. तर उहाँहरूको चाहिँ जोइन्ट अकाउन्ट चाहिँ त्यो घर किन्ने बेलामा चाहिँ थियो. अनि त्यसपछि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ उहाँसँग कार्डहरू केही पनि छैन. सोभिता डजन्ट ह्याभ एनी की कार्ड्स. ही होल्ड्स इट. र उहाँले चाहिँ पैसा दिनुहुन्छ विकली ग्रोसरी म्यानेज गर्नलाई, र मोस्ट अफ द टाइम द्याट इज नट इनफ. अनि त्यसपछि जब उहाँले चाहिँ माग्नुहुन्छ त्यसपछि ही स्टार्ट्स screaming, blaming, oh you go here, you go there. In fact, he does, but she doesn't. Still, he blames all these things. अनि त्यो थोरै पैसामा उहाँले आफ्नो विकली म्यानेज गर्नलाई she was struggling. Now they got separated. And then the first day when I met her, उहाँलाई थाहा पनि थिएन कि how to pay electricity bill. So I had to make a list. I gave her 7 tasks. 1, go to the Centrelink to change the name from your electricity, water bill, council bill, and all those. Then 3, I gave a name of the social worker where she could talk about what was going on. So there were 7 steps, and she didn't know where to go to do like simple grocery. We are talking about the grocery shopping or paying the bill. It sounds very simple. It is not. When you are going through the separation, there are children, and you have all this huge pressure, and you don't even know how to change the password of your key card. And we are talking about a very educated woman. So I'm going to share another story of Rohan. Rohan is here from overseas, from Nepal, for as an independent visa. His wife is studying. Now his role here is to support his wife financially. So he needs to do all the housework as well. She is studying really hard. She is studying nursing, hence why she needs Rohan to support her all the time. And then, but she noticed that all of a sudden, obviously his wife's sort of behavior changed, and she was quite busy on the phone, going out all the time. So he had to do all this work. And then one day suddenly he called me saying, I'm not feeling something right, something going on, can you help me? I went to his house and he was sleeping in the garage. Okay, I said, what happened? Then he told me the story about what has happened. So what happened is that the lady, obviously doing uni work and stuff like that, she used to bring the friends over and they used to drink alcohol. Rohan is not alcoholic. So he found it very difficult, and he confronted his wife that you can't do that. And she said, I can do whatever I like. You are on dependent visa. You cannot report on me. Hence why from today you are not sleeping here, you are sleeping in the garage. So he had to sleep in the garage. That's Rohan's story. There is a story of Rukmini as well. She has been married for 15 years. And then she had children too, and she works full-time as well. I think it was very challenging for her to sort of approach anyone because of the stereotype we have in terms of our relationship, especially sexual relationship. It's not the topics we talk openly, but it is the topics I have seen is coming constantly on a regular basis when there are some relationship issues. And then she was telling me that on the bed, and I am extremely sorry again, someone has to be a whistleblower, as one of my friends said yesterday, who is present in this room as well, and I really appreciate for encouraging me to have this conversation here. So she called me, and when we spoke, she told me that she had to be on the bed naked whole night because she was not performing the way in the blue film this girl was performing. And it was a winter, and she had a full-time work, and this is just real story. And then I didn't know what to say. So we talk a lot, and this was the lady who did not know how to cry either. So I always talk about the importance of crying. And it's sometimes we cry for sharing happiness, sometimes we cry because we need to let out or vent out some of the emotion that is gathered inside our body. I said, next time when I met her, because I couldn't talk all these over the phone, so I had to see her. So when I saw her, I could see that she was literally like this. I said, would you like a hug? Then she said, I hugged her, literally. We were hugging each other for 7 minutes, and my dress was all wet, I could feel. And then she sat down, and then I realized that she was quite relieved. Then she started talking about her story. And some of the story I cannot share here because it will trigger many of us, and I don't want vicarious trauma in this room. So these are the story I thought I will share with you guys. And then again, so when you think about the nature of the violence, I don't know if there is a nature of the violence, I'm not sure. But there are some tendency, there are some power thing happening there. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But what I have noticed is it's not only international student, it's not only, and it's a cross-cultural thing, it's not within the Nepalese community because I work in a mainstream Australia as well. So middle life crisis is something we don't tend to talk about. You know, our body gets changed as we, grow older, and we don't talk about that. And sex is the factor for the violence, a consistent factor, I should say. And how that impacts when we are entering to the middle age is our body is changing, so is our partners. Do we ever talk about that? If our partner is not interested, do we then sort of have a conversation, what is happening, can I help you? Or do we say, you always say this, and then well, that's what we do. Do we help them? No, we don't. And as a woman, our body is changing, I don't know, like 100 miles per second. As we grow older, there are so many things happening, so many responsibilities happening, and then we don't talk. And that is something I thought is seriously lacking. So let's talk with our partner, please. And so I think you can read that. Let's go. I know I have a time limit. Now, the other thing I have noticed is loss of identity. That is across the multicultural community as well. Because in our Nepal, when we are in our home country, we do have our stable job, prestigious job maybe. But when we come to Australia, often wives are the one who goes to the university, studies, and the husband are the one, they work. And sometimes they don't find the job they want because of the language barrier, because of the financial responsibility, and so many things going on. And then women sort of studies hard and moves into the career. That's when that inferiority complex comes as well. One, there is a loss of identity. Another one, the inferiority complex, because as a society, being a man and being a woman is different. Let's face that. Family relationship and harmony, I don't think we talk about that often either. Forgotten victim, and I don't know where to start from here. When Rukmini was going through a lot of stress, Rohan, luckily, they didn't have children, but all of other people did have children. And then when I saw them, corner-ma हुन्छ नि, तपाईहरुले नि देख्नु भएको छ भने याद गर्नुहुन्छ होला, मलाई याद छ 2013 मा नारी निकुञ्जको प्रोग्राममा आउँदा मैले एकजना बच्चालाई देखेको थिएँ र उसको आमालाई गएर सोधेको थिएँ, तिमीहरुको घरमा सबै कुरा ठीक छ? She was shocked. किनभने त्यो बच्चा त्यो कुनामा बसिरहेको थियो, कसैसँग आई कन्ट्याक्ट गरेको थिएन, उसँग सोशलाइजिङ स्किल्स पनि थिएन, अलि चर्को स्वरले कोही बोल्यो भने उ डराइरहेको थियो क्या. अनि यति धेरै बच्चाहरु चाहिँ इम्प्याक्टेड भइरहेको छ. We are raising a generation, and we are impacting a generation, and they are the one who we have forgotten when we are fighting. And instead of a problem, we are attacking people, we are attacking mother, we are attacking father in front of the children. And बिर्सिरहेछौं कि उनीहरुले यो गरे त्यो गरे के भइरहेछ, what they want. And what we have forgotten is we have gone to bed. I don't know if we go to bed happily. I have 2 children as well. If we go to bed happily under the influence of alcohol or what, I don't know. We had a sex, we have children. They did not want to come to this world, but we brought them. But then we forget our responsibility, that we have to raise them in a right way. And that is what is happening as well, sadly. So all the children out there are saying, help us, help us, help us. But we are too busy fighting with each other. Probably most of the time our ego coming in the middle probably. Yes, time to address awareness, acceptance, and action. I have my idea how we can accept that, and I'm going to share that with you. These are the services, and our domestic violence liaison officer was sharing some of the information as well. And if we need some more information on that, I'm happy to talk about it later on. I want to talk about women empowerment as well, but in a second. Now, what is domestic violence? That's what I want to talk about. What is family violence? So before understanding what is the violence, what is domestic violence, and what is family violence, I think we need to understand that as a female demography, as a female, we do have some responsibility given by the nature. That means we have to bear our children and things like that. As a result, I am sure there are people who do not agree with me, but we do have some biological weaknesses there. We are not strong enough in some sense. Here, yes, we are. Physically, maybe we are not. So what happens is when we talk about the violence, it's all about the power. And it's not about male-female violence. I don't think violence is not about male against female. It's about powerful against weak. What we do is all about man versus everything. If here is a goat, we will kill them for fun to eat because goat cannot beat you back. If there is a child, we hit them because they don't hit us back. When you hit them when they are teenagers, you know what happens. They will call 000 and you will come. So we don't hit them. But we will hit them because they are weaker. As a society, what we are doing, I think it is very inward thing. I think we need to think this really seriously. I know I have a time constraint and I wish, and you know that I can talk about this whole day. तर जहिलेसम्म हामी तिमीसँग सर्टिफिकेट छ, तिमीसँग धन छ, तिमीसँग करियर छ, तिमी फिजिकली बलियो छौ भनेर त्यो मान्छेलाई एन्करेज गर्दै जान्छौ र विकर मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ हेप्दै जान्छौ नि, हामीले क्रिएट गर्ने भनेको सोसाइटी भाइलेन्ट मुक्त सोसाइटी हुनै सक्दैन. भाइलेन्ट हुन्छ किनभनेदेखि we are not acknowledging human being as who they are. We are acknowledging them because of their wealth, because of their education, because of the fame, name, whatever. We are not acknowledging them as a human being. So domestic violence or family violence is not about male and female. It's about the power. It's about who is strong. That's why all of us, I think we need to start a spiritual journey of understanding who we are and how we can treat other people. Spiritual journey I'm not talking about I'm talking about our understanding, our knowledge, and how we treat other people. I think that's what we need to talk. There are so many things. I don't know. Time-wise, I think I'm going a little bit over, so I'm going to sort of skip some of this. I am so sorry, I have to go. But I just want to highlight this. We were talking about seeking help, and this is what happens. So 1 in 6 women, this is about the violence. 1 in 6 women is getting physical and sexual violence by current or previous partner, and 1 in 18 men. It's just the stat that you can see everywhere. And this is about seeking help. And I think you were talking about how your uniform and all this authority and that system makes it challenging. 100% agreed. The other thing is, it's about what is our family, what is our society going to say. Violence बुढासँग सहेर घरमा बस्न भन्दा सामाजिक violence सहन एकदमै गाह्रो छ किनभने भोलि रेज गर्नुहुन्छ नि त तपाईहरुले क्वेशन हैन. It is really hard. That is something people don't go and seek people. You know, authorities are here to support us, but they don't have a capacity to save us. Us as a society, as a community, as a family, we can save a woman. But we are very, very much prejudiced about certain things, and we have our own opinion based upon our own experience and knowledge. Can we stop that, please? Okay. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. I think it's towards the end, and I sincerely would like to say sorry because I took some more time, I think.
Thank you, Pratigya. That was very enlightening, and thank you for educating on these crucial issues of domestic violence. Also, thank you for educating us via various stories. We really like it.